You see what I got on today, bro? This is a hoodie. You know what that means? Fall is officially upon us, or at least, well, it is today. Where I live, it can be fall one day and then go back up to sunny and almost 80 degrees the next day. But as of right now, for today, the recording of this video, it's fall. It's a little bit chilly, a little bit gloomy. We got a little bit of wind, and well, I'm super pumped to start moving slowly into the season of autumn. I want to start bringing you guys content focused on these cooler weather scents, and I know you guys really enjoyed these starter pack videos. If you're new to the channel, last year I started a series called basically my starter pack series, where I would take a budget and then select fragrances to go within that budget for a beginner to start with. So for example, I did videos on how I would spend $250 as a beginner and have that as a starter pack, and I do $500, $1,000, and so on. Did a bunch of those videos, all to accommodate everyone's different budgets. Those videos were a hit, you guys really loved them, and now I'm ready to bring them back, although today we're doing it a bit differently. We have $300 to put together a fall fragrance starter pack. So this is obviously going to focus on all designers. For $300, a niche fragrance would basically eat up the majority of that price. So you're going to be getting 7 designer fragrances for about $300. I will provide links to all of these down below. That's where I referenced these prices from. I'm not going off retail prices. I'm going off the prices that are currently available on websites like FragranceNet and FragranceX. Those links will be down below. If you want to pick any of these up, make sure you use the appropriate discount codes for the website FragranceNet. I will have that in the description. That way these prices will get as close to, my ballpark as possible. You have to keep in mind these prices are, as close as I can get them. Prices do fluctuate, discount codes do change, so I'm getting as close as I can. So don't give me too hard of a time if I'm off by a couple bucks, if the prices go up or down or whatever. It's going to get you into the ballpark range. And if you use the links down below and use the 35% off code on FragranceNet, these are going to get you about as close as you can. 7 fragrances for $300 for fall. That's going to have you set up. Let's go and jump into it. First fragrance up, no surprise here, but one that had to be in this video, 1 Million Privé. You're going to be running about $60 to $65 for this one, depending on what the price is doing on this one. In my opinion, that is a great price for a fragrance like this. This is a really good fragrance. It's got a very prominent cinnamon note, and for me, when I smell this one, I get apple from it too. Now, I don't believe there is apple listed as a note, but what I think it is smelling that cinnamon and the other mixture of notes. It smells like a fall fragrance, and I also equate that to smelling apple type of note. A lot of times for fall, there's a lot of cinnamon and apple scented things like candles and all that. So I think that's kind of where that comes from this. But for me, one that really does smell like fall, and it's a must-have in my opinion. If you're wanting to get a really great designer scent for fall, this is one you definitely need to check out. Moving up next, we have Boss Bottled Intense EDP. And this is another one where it's going to have a prominent note of apple. And again, this is one where it does smell legitimately like fall. You'll hear the comparison of like an apple pie type of thing, and it's just a really nice, warm, spicy, almost gourmand. And the reason why is, again, from that kind of apple pie comparison that you get from this one, it kind of smells like it could be a semi-edible scent. In my opinion, this one smells fantastic, especially for the season of fall. This type of thing could work in winter as well. 1 Million Privé can work in winter as well. They are sweeter fragrances that will hold up in the winter. But come on, when you smell this, for me, what comes to mind is just the season of fall, the leaves changing, the air cooling off, and all of that stuff. That's just kind of what this one provides. And again, you can get this one for about $40 online. That's a killer price for a really solid fragrance. Nothing new, nothing groundbreaking here, but it is a really good smelling fragrance, and one that you should definitely have around in your collection for fall. This one should definitely be in your starter pack. If you have about $300 to spend, this one will get you a long way. Moving up next, we have Mercedes-Benz Select Night. So this one is a fragrance that has a little bit of a freshness, but also a nice prominent vanilla note, giving it a counterbalancing sweetness. So I find scents like this to work perfect for something like fall, because some days in fall it'll be, a little bit warm while still having a bit of a breeze, maybe a little bit chilly outside. Some days it may get down colder, some days it may get warmer. You might be kind of in between in a weird spot. That's why I love fragrances like this that work great in fall, just because that weather's still kind of in between. It hasn't made up its mind yet. It's not fully freezing cold winter yet, that, but it's still not summer either. It's a great in-between fragrance because of that freshness and sweetness that it has. This one again comes in at around $40 as well, and for a Mercedes-Benz fragrance, it's incredible. I've really been impressed with these. All the ones that I've smelled so far have had great quality, really good bang for your buck. This is a decent performer, and honestly a pretty solid scent to have around for fall. Moving up next, we have John Varvatos Vintage. This one comes in at around $35 for a 125 ml bottle like this one. Really solid fragrance here. John Varvatos as a house puts out really good scents with high quality. Main downside with a lot of them, of course, as you know, is going to be the performance. Not always the best performers. This one is not awful. I get a moderate 6 hours on average of longevity projection. You know, it pushes out there a little bit for a couple hours, and then it does start to sit closer to the skin. So nothing beast mode here, which is why I'm putting it in this starter pack for fall and not for something like winter. Temperatures are still going to be a bit more mild, and it'll be more able to hold up in the weather. If it's super cold, may not be the best choice in my opinion, just for the performance sake of it. But when you still do have just a little bit of warmth, like I'm out here today, it's about 62, 63 degrees with a hoodie on and shorts, I'm perfectly fine. This type of weather is perfect for something like John Varvatos Vintage. A great smelling scent. It's a great smelling scent that honestly is worth every bit of $35. Moving along, we have Davidoff Zeno, one that I've recently done a review on, so you can check that out if you want to get more info on this one. Another really solid scent. This one comes in at about $19 to $20. Killer price. This is a great fragrance for that amount of money that you're paying. It's a really solid one. You got to be into the classics to like it, but if you like aromatic fougères, this is a must-have for you, especially at that price. The reason why I like this one for fall is because typically, as you know, aromatic fougères can be used all year around just because they're kind of a signature scent, classic, traditional type of thing that most guys just use to wear all year round for anything. Just kind of their one cologne that they have on and spray on. That's what I love about them. They're very versatile. But this one has a bit more of an earthiness and a dirtiness to it. A lot of that's coming from the prominent patchouli note in here. So I find that this one can benefit from the cooler days, from fall, like we're moving into right now. And again, using today as a perfect example, it's a bit gloomy outside. I got a hoodie on. It's a little bit chilly. This type of thing just works perfect for that type of weather. It's a really solid fragrance for the price. $20, you can't beat that stuff. Davidoff Zeno. Let's keep it going here. Up next, we have Bulgari Man in Black. So, easiest way to put this one is it's a more grown-up version of Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb. That's just the best way to put it. Really does smell pretty similar to Spice Bomb, but you'll find that this one has a bit more of a rum, boozy accord, whereas Spice Bomb doesn't have that. You do get the cinnamon, spicy kick from Bulgari Man in Black, similar to Spice Bomb, but I do find that just kind of overall, this one's a bit more rounded out and a bit more grown up. Spice Bomb is very youthful, very playful. This one maintains some of that feel, some of that personality, but it also is just a bit more grown up. It's not a fully mature scent because it still does have a little bit of playfulness, but it's definitely a step more in that direction than something like Spice Bomb EDT is. Depending on which way you look at it, it could be a bit of a redundant purchase if you have Spice Bomb already. It really comes down to how much do you like that type of DNA. If you are a big fan of Spice Bomb, you like the scent, you think it smells really good, and you want a version that's simply going to be a bit more grown up and also brings some other differences to the table as well, Bulgari Man in Black would be a great purchase for you. If you're someone who maybe isn't into it that much, Spice Bomb just isn't your thing, that's going to be one of those things where you'll have to decide, okay, do I want to give it a shot with the Bulgari? It's a bit different, so maybe I'll like it more, or are you just not into this type of scent in general? Do you not like the warm spices like this one that's very heavy on the spicy aspect of it, hence the name Spice Bomb, obviously very spicy scent. That's kind of what you're going to have to decide for yourself. Samples, I'm sure, are available online. The Bulgari is going to be cheaper than Spice Bomb. This one, I forgot to mention the price, is going to run you about $60 to $65 on discounters. Not a bad price. It's a great quality scent, perfect for fall. And finally, last up, we have Paco Rabanne Pure XS, just the original here. Love Pure XS Night, but for me, I'm saving that one for wintertime, keeping it stashed away in the back because I love the added sweetness, cinnamon richness, and depth that the night version has, but I do really like just the original for fall. Milder temperatures, and this one's a bit more playful as well. I really like the scent. It's got a bit of a freshness, a bit of a fizzy, like soda, Coca-Cola type of thing going on. It's kind of, in a way, you know, people say something like, for example, Roja Parfums Enigma kind of has a cola vibe. Dunhill Icon, that one has a grape soda, fizzy night type of thing going on. This one kind of shares some characteristics like that as well. Doesn't smell anything like Enigma, doesn't smell anything like Dunhill Icon, but it does have just a bit of a fizziness off of your skin, kind of reminiscent of like a soda / boozy type of mixture going on. You get sugar, you get leather, you get a whole bunch of notes. Really solid smelling fragrance, and from Paco Rabanne, it's honestly a pretty good release. And did I mention this one only comes in at about $50 on discounters? You can't beat it. That's the last fragrance for this starter pack for fall. $300 gets you these 7 designer fragrances. In my opinion, that's a great start to fall, and really that would be all you would need if you're not looking to get a whole bunch of fragrances to have. You know, these 7 will get you through fall easily. So guys, that's going to do it for me, and I finished up just in time because there's a bee that is starting to swarm the area now. Maybe you saw it come around on camera or heard it buzzing around the microphone. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want me to keep doing these starter pack type videos, let me know down below. I'll keep these coming. Give me some suggestions. What else do you want to see these videos for? Let me know down in the comments. And do remember, if you want to check out any of these fragrances, they will be linked down below as well, along with the appropriate discount codes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow morning with another one. Take care.